People are still joining, guys. I'm waiting for them. Can someone confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay, I think maximum have joined. So let's say I've created machines now. Let me quickly show it to you guys. Okay. Now here I have 3 machines. One is my private IP server Windows, that is without public IP. Private IP server Linux, that is without without public IP. And one I have as jump server, that too without public IP. This is in different resource group, and these are in different resource group. So one thing we have learned today, that resource group doesn't matter if we have to share our virtual network. Virtual network are segregated based on the location. If your virtual network it is in East US, and if you're creating another resource on West US, then you will not be able to share your virtual network. If the resource you're creating in East US, your existing virtual network it is in East US, then you can utilize the same VNet irrespective of the resource group. And obviously if you have access. When I say access again and again, what do you understand by access? Which access I'm talking about here? Which roles? Yes, guys.
Owner.
No, which roles, by the way? RBAC roles, I mean.
Owner.
Right. No, not necessary owner. You don't have to be owner. But RBAC roles. If someone is asking you which roles, so as start it with saying RBAC roles. Then in RBAC roles, which one? We will discuss that. Let's say that on this jump server virtual network, if I go here, and if I see who all has access. So, okay, these are accounts, virtual accounts, app account, that's fine. Now, let's say this person, Eric, okay. If Eric wants to create in East US, Eric is creating a resource, another resource group, or maybe he's creating a machine in another resource group, his own resource group. There is a resource group called Eric. He has owner access on that. And Eric is creating a virtual machine in East US on his resource group. Will he be able to see my virtual network, the Bastion virtual network?
Yes.
Okay. Will he be
Yes.
able to use that?
No.
No.
Why not?
Reader.
He has
So
only
he's the
reader
reader.
access.
Yes. So I hope this is clear to everyone. And anyone who did not understand the concept, or someone who did not understand my question here, or is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so I hope this is clear, guys, right? And these are very important things. इंटरव्यू में इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस जरूर आते हैं, एंड एग्जाम में डेफिनेटली आते हैं. इंटरव्यू में आए या ना, एग्जाम्स में डेफिनेटली आते हैं, इसी तरह के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. दैट यूजर 1 is located in this user group, he has this level of access on that resource XYZ. इस तरह से एक सिनेरियो बनता है, and then you have options कि किस लेवल का एक्सेस होगा, क्या होगा. So I hope this is clear for everyone, right? So now let's go back to our jump server, and now I want to give connectivity to this jump server. We discussed IP, but we do not want any public IP. We want Bastion. So we'll go to connect, right? Here we have connect. We have RDP for Windows. We have SSH. This is for Linux, obviously. And then we have Bastion. You can go it from here. You can do it from here also. Now, RDP, you can download it. You can take RDP from here as far as you have किसी तरह का नेटवर्क आपने ऐसा सेट कर रखा है कि आप प्राइवेट पे RDP ले सको, but as of now we do not have any such thing, and there is no public IP, so this is not going to work. If you see, IP address prerequisite is not meeting, so you will not be able to do it. SSH वैसे ही नहीं चलने वाला. This is Windows machine. Another thing is Bastion. So we will create a Bastion. To create a Bastion, you'll have to use a Bastion, you will have to create a Bastion. The moment you click on use Bastion, it will start creating a Bastion. Now it is asking, do you want to deploy a Bastion? I'll say yes. Manually, we are going to learn it later. Once we complete our networking session, तब आप लोगों को manual deployment इसका समझ में आएगा. But the process is almost same. I mean, you click here or you do that manually. Concept is same. Clicks 2-4 extra वहां पर होता है. You have थोड़ा सा extra options आपको मिलते हैं, but it's the same thing. Okay, now this is deploying the Bastion. Bastion deployment takes time, 10 से 15 मिनट लगते हैं. So we'll come back to this screen in 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll start some another session or some another topic. Okay, is it clear till here that I came to connect, clicked on Bastion, clicked on use Bastion, then clicked on deploy. So Bastion is being deployed here. Clear, guys, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
So
Sohail bhai.
basically, Sohail
Sohail bhai.
bhai, Bastion is kind of created in a virtual machine and not like a load balancer.
No, no, it is not.
It
No,
is not a separate entity, right?
it is a separate entity. It is not being done on your jump server.
Jump server.
It is not being done on that. It is just the connectivity we are talking about, but this is a separate entity completely. You can create a Bastion without attaching it to any server. It is like a load balancer. जैसे आप load balancer बना के रख सकते हो, बाद में machine attach कर सकते हो. Similarly, you can create a Bastion, उसको बाद में कोई machine attach कर दो आप. You can do that. But here I am doing कि ये machine मेरी बनी हुई है, इसी को attach करके एक Bastion बना दो. It is not being deployed on my machine. It is being deployed separately. और वो बस एक attachment कर देगा मेरी machine से. So it is a different service altogether. Your machine is your infrastructure as a service. Your Bastion is your platform as a service. These are two different services. I can keep my machine and delete my Bastion. I can delete the Bastion, keep my machine. They're not dependent at all. What is happening here? I could have created Bastion and then connect to this. I could have created Bastion first, then machine, then connect them. Machine first, Bastion later, then connect them. But coming to this machine, मैंने क्या कर दिया? Just click here तो वो बनाते हुए connectivity वगैरह सब कुछ अपने आप कर देगा. It is like your load balancer जो VMSS के साथ load balancer करते हो ना आप. While creating itself वो load balancer बना के उसको connect कर देता है. Something like that.
Okay.
Anyone else has any doubt?
Hello, Sohail bhai.
Yes.
Am I able to hear? Are you able to hear me? Right?
Yeah. Tell me.
My doubt was that with Bastion, you can directly, when say use a private IP and get a remote to any server. So why we need a jump server in between them?
No, you cannot. How did you come to this conclusion that with Bastion you can directly use with the private IP? Let the Bastion get created and then we'll see what do you see here.
No, means within that explanation, you were showing us that there is a group of servers, right? And then we have jump server. And jump server also don't have any public IP.
Right.
Right. It only has a private IP. So why we cannot use that Bash to directly connect to any private IP within our this collection of servers?
So when let's say there are 600 machines, when you can achieve this using one Bastion server, why do you want to have 600 Bastions? You can. Obviously, that is not impossible. Instead of all this, instead of jump server, what you can do, you can have a Bastion here. 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 But does it make sense? Bastion is not a cheaply resource. It is also a costly resource.
So basically, this jump server is the Bastion, or Bastion is
no, Bastion is a
totally
different thing. Bastion is a different thing. Jump server is there. So you can, using one jump server, you can utilize for all of them. आप इस तरह से कर सकते हो. Let's say that you have only 3 servers, आप 3 अलग-अलग Bastion बना लो. You can do that. But 3 भी क्यों बनाओगे आप? When you can do it. See, ultimate aim of the cloud पे आने का मतलब ये होता है कि आपके resources और पैसे आपके कम से कम लगने चाहिए. So you will learn to utilize things maximum optimization of one resource, right? तो अगर यहाँ पर आपको इस तरह से ये है, similarly with load balancer में भी आप backend में multiple pools लगाने के जाए आप हर एक के लिए एक अलग load balancer भी रख सकते हो. 2 machine 1 load balancer, 2 machine 1 load balancer, 2 machine 1 load balancer. Why are you keeping one load balancer and then attaching multiple backend pools? To save cost. Similarly, what you're asking, technically, it is possible. I can have 6 machines. I can have Bastion directly here. 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 यहाँ पर directly मैं Bastion ये कर सकता हूँ. Completely fine. But these are only 6. What if I have 600 machines? Then what?
So my question is that means you are saying that for every VM there will be a Bastion you will need, right, to get an access directly privately. So
yes.
what if we are keeping it in a virtual machine scale set? Like, is there nothing in the provision there to directly? Because that's an group, right?
No, in virtual machine skill set, why would you require? Can you access a virtual machine skill set directly? We have created virtual machine skill set. When you create a virtual machine skill set, how do you access that?
Through load balancer.
So if you already have a load balancer, why would you require a Bastion? Without load balancer, is there any use of virtual machine skill set?
No.
Yes. So what is required? We said load balancer. So if you already got a load balancer, why would you require a Bastion? Clear, Hussein? And guys, I've told you many times, when if I am cross questioning, do not take it otherwise. This is for, you can consider it as brainstorming, and this will happen with you. जब आप जाओगे calls पे, maybe not initially, but later on when you are in a meeting with your architects or client or anywhere, you say something, they are going to cross question. You say something, they are going to say, यार इसमें तो ऐसा होता है, why should this, why? And you will also do the same thing. Okay, why not that? Why not this? So do not take this otherwise. This is, you can consider as brainstorming session, and this happens before planning, before deployment. This happens every time, right? So Hussein, is it clear? Why won't you have a Bastion in front of a BMSS?
Yeah, yes. Actually means it will be most clear after this practical, because I had a different understanding of Bastion before, so that's why it's giving the problem. Also, I have one doubt with the VNet that
No. Let's not bring the VNet thing here. VNet we still have to cover.
no, it's related to this session.
Okay,
only.
okay.
You told that the VNet, if it's created in say particular region East US, so people of the resource group within a subscription can all see it if they have reader, contributor, or owner is created. Is this the statement correct, right?
No, can you repeat? It
Say
was
I
a broken
created-
statement. See, I'll repeat what I said. A virtual network, if you have created in East US, so while creating a virtual machine in East US, you will see your existing virtual network. That's what I said. That's what we did. While creating my Windows machine, which was there in the previous session, I saw that I was able to see my Bastion VNet because I was in the same region. That machine was in the same region. वो machine को अगर मैं West US में बनाने जाता तो वो वहां पर appear नहीं होता. Two things. One is access. One is correct condition. Let's say that I'm deploying here. I have one virtual machine. Okay, this one. Let's say. Can I erase this, guys? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, somehow this pane got stuck. Let me see. Okay, this is still being deployed. Let me create a new one. Okay, let's say this is a virtual machine. It is in East US. This is region. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone by now. This is region East US. VNet. Without VNet, can you create a virtual machine, by the way, guys?
No.
No, of course, VNet has to be there. So let's say this is my VNet 001. While creating, I have created. Without subnet, can you create a virtual machine?
Yes.
No, you cannot. Try creating it. While doing it, try
No.
keeping that option blank. Right. So this is what I have created. And this is in resource group SAM example. So now you go to portal and search for this VNet or search for all VNet. Then you will see all of them, provided you have access. What I was trying to say, that this is in SAM's resource group. And if you do not have access to SAM's resource group, you won't even see it. आप चाहे search में देख लो, चाहे आप अपनी machine बनाते हुए देख लो. Let me go to portal and I'll show it to you. What I'm trying to say here is, if there is some VNet, I'll come here and search for virtual network and I'll see all the virtual networks available here, provided I have access. Now, if I did not have access to this Bastion resource group, किसी भी तरह का reader वेडर कोई access ही नहीं होता मुझको, तो ये appear ही नहीं होगा यहाँ पर. I mean, I'll tell you that there are more virtual networks in my subscription. but this ID doesn't have access, so it is not appearing here. Simple. एक तो ये चीज हुई. If I'm searching it from here, तो सब कुछ दिख जाएगा. East US वाला भी, Central US वाला भी, because I'm searching for it. But now while creating a virtual machine, okay, if I take this machine in Central US, तो मुझको सिर्फ वो Central US वाला ही VNet दिखेगा. And if I take this machine in East US, so सिर्फ East US वाला ही मुझको virtual network दिखेगा. Other than that, if I take यहाँ पर वो appear ही नहीं होगा. Is it clear? This section I was talking about. This section. If I take this as East US, obviously I'll have to fill these details. And if I come here, so I will see virtual networks which are available in only in East US. Even if I have access to see Central US वाला भी, but इस section में आके सिर्फ East US वाला दिखेगा because here I have selected East US. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why am I not able to see it now? Can someone tell me why am I not able to see it now? Have I selected East US? We saw
have not selected any resource group.
no guys. Is it the requirement? Who was that? Afsar? Was it Afsar bhai? Or whoever answered, that's okay. Name doesn't matter. We just saw resource group का फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. Even if I'm in same resource group, different resource group, doesn't matter.
You are in pay as you go subscription.
Bingo. Perfect, Salman bhai. Who else? Subscription. Yes, Ibrahim bhai, correct. So when you will start working, guys, you won't have a single subscription, right? You will have multiple. If you are working for multiple clients, you will have multiple subscription. Maybe single client will have multiple subscriptions. That will happen. So you will have to make sure that you are in correct subscription. Whatever we saw there, दोनों के दोनों हमारे virtual network, they were a part of which subscription? UT-Kloud. So if I come here, and if I am here in East US, and now if I go to networking, here it is. Can you see? I can see it, and I can see only one. If I come here, and I go to Central, I think Central in Central India, Central India it was, right?
Central India.
Difficult to find. Here it is. So can you see? I can see this. And other than this, if I select anything, वो हमने देख लिया वो ये वाला भी करके. And if I change my region, if I change it to Sweden, I will not be able to see those virtual networks because those can be used only in that region. एक virtual network अगर मैंने East US में बना रखा तो वहीं पर use होगा. Here if I have to do something, create your own virtual network. एक नया उससे zero से इसको शुरू करना पड़ेगा आपको. ठीक है? Is it clear, हुसैन?
हाँ सोहेल भाई, एक और क्वेश्चन था, मतलब कि सब्सक्रिप्शन के ऊपर अगर मुझे रीडर का एक्सेस है तो मैं उसके अंदर जितने भी रिसोर्स ग्रुप है और उन्होंने जितने भी वीनेट्स बने वो सब देख सकता हूँ.
Yes, but that only if you search from here. Even if you have reader access and you're creating a machine to Sweden region, और यहाँ पर आके आप एक्सपेक्ट करोगे कि ईस्ट यूएस का आपको वर्चुअल नेटवर्क दिखे, नहीं दिखेगा. नो मैटर व्हाट लेवल ऑफ एक्सेस यू हैव. आप ओनर भी हो तो भी नहीं दिखने वाला है.
ऑफ कोर्स लाइक रीजन, अगर मैं रीजन में हूँ
हाँ,
और
then yes you will be able to see it, but you will not be able to use it because you only have reader access. बाद में जाके वो एरर देगा आपको. You will be able to select it, you click next और बाद में वो एरर देगा आपको.
मतलब जितने भी रिसोर्स ग्रुप है उसमें उन्होंने अगर जितने वीनेट्स बनाए और एवरीबॉडी इज इन ईस्ट यूएस, सो आई विल बी एबल टू सी ऑल दैट वीनेट्स, राइट? बट आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू यूज इट बिकॉज़ आई डोंट हैव द ओनर access to their resource. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
correct.
Now,
ठीक है? Sorry,
Thank
you were
you.
saying something? Okay guys, so our Bastion is completed now. Before we go ahead here, let's see. पहले Bastion देखते हैं how it looks and then we'll try connecting. Now if I search, I will see Bastion. मेरे resource में कितने Bastion हैं. So here it is. This is how it looks. It is in East US. It is in this subscription. Bastion group ये है. This is the name of the Bastion. Okay, यहाँ पर इसकी basic details दिखती है. Tier क्या है, basic है, standard है. Standard में क्या difference है, basic में क्या difference है. You can read it once while creating. और जब हम manually करेंगे, that time we will read. Tags में I have added one tag. ठीक है. You can add कोई भी tag आप यहाँ पर add कर सकते हो. Similarly, IAM वगैरह we have no tags. I have just told you. यहाँ पर you guys have to come and add tags while creating. ये add कर लो. Sessions यहाँ पर आपको दिखेंगे कि कितने sessions आपके Bastion पे चालू है, कब start हुआ है, कहाँ से ये आ रहा है. We'll see this once we get connected to that Bastion. You will see some data here. Okay, configuration. यहाँ पर you can change basic to standard, standard to basic. Let's say if it allows, yes, it allows us to change. See, basic में आपके पास limited options है, ठीक है. Now, what is Kerberos authentication? You don't need to worry about it, but you have to say it when it comes to standard and basic. You'll have to say it कि basic and standard both supports Kerberos authentication. Bastion के questions अगर आते हैं तो, what is that? No one is going to ask you that. Don't worry. Copy paste, it is allowed in basic and standard both of them. But in basic, what is not allowed? Native client support. It is not allowed. What is native client support? Here it is if you want to learn. If you don't want to learn, that is fine. But you have to say it. That what is the difference between standard and basic? You come here and read about it. Okay? IP-based connection, it is not allowed in basic. But in standard, IP-based connection is allowed. Okay? Instance count. What is this? The Bastion scalable host is available on the standard SKU to add additional VM instances. मतलब एक Bastion पे आप कितने instance लगा सकते हो, right? So here basic में मेरे ख्याल से we can have maximum 2. See, under standard, $50. You got, guys, are you getting it? Maximum में आप
Yes.
2 से 50 लगा, standard में 50, basic में सिर्फ 2. ठीक है, so these are, and you don't have to understand anything. इनमें से कुछ भी नहीं समझना है. Bastion पे एक क्वेश्चन अगर आता है आपको, ये क्वेश्चन अगर आता है, what are the differences? Kerberos authentication supported in both, copy paste supported in both, native client support, IP based connection, shareable link, it's supported only in standard, and the instance count limit, it's 2 in basic, 50 in standard. Clear है? I mean, you don't have to
Yes.
just mug it up here. I showed it to you guys. Go ahead. यहाँ पे आप जाओ, अपने हिसाब से अपना टेबल बनाओ, अपने हिसाब से अपने नोट्स बनाओ, and then read it. Logs we are going to do later. Properties में you can just see all this information again. Monitoring we are going to do later. Log बहुत ही simple है, but I'll show it to you later. बाद में कभी करते हैं. If we have time today, we'll do it. Okay, so this is how your Bastion looks like. Now go ahead and now let's go ahead and try connecting it. So this Bastion is connected with this machine now. Okay, I will type the user ID and password. Which user ID am I typing here? Did I give any user ID while connecting or while creating this Bastion?
No,
So which user ID it is asking?
it is for the Bastion.
But did I give any Bastion
VMs.
ID? VM. Yes, guys.
Yeah.
जो भी मेरा VM का user ID है, कौन से VM की बात कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ पर? Is it my Linux, Windows or Jump server?
Jump server.
Jump server. Okay, if I don't check this, ये यहीं पर खुल जाएगा. But I don't want to, open it here. I want this one also, so I open it in a new web browser. So this is how you will connect to your machine. You're not taking any RDP. You're not using anything. You're not installing any agent on browser. You're using this one. Now this is the difference between RDP and Bastion. Why won't you have a public IP there and ये सब क्यों नहीं करोगे? Here it is, because you're not assigning any public IP and you're still accessing your machine on a public network. Clear है guys?
Yes.
Okay, now I want to connect to those machines. How will I connect now? From where will I get the IP address of that machine?
From the virtual network list.
Virtual network list? Didn't get you. I want to connect. I have 2 machines, right? I've created 2
Yes.
machines there. I want their ID, their IP address to connect. By the way, can you see we connected and I have one option. I have the details here. Who's connected? What is the start time? Target subscription? किस subscription पे connect हुआ है? Target host name. ठीक है? Everything I can see here. Clear है? This is how you can see. But it's okay. You don't have to worry about it. Interview question perspective से आपको Bastion का definition याद रखना है और उसके differences याद रखने हैं basic और इसमें. Okay. My question was, I want to take RDP to that machine. जो हमने बनाई ना प्राइवेट आईपी वाले इसमें बनाई है जो हमने.
Yes, you'll need the private IPs of those machines
So where will I get that?
in the
In the
virtual
overview.
machine.
virtual machine
Virtual machine overview.
Right.
Overview.
So this is the one, right? Now RDP, can I use it on Linux?
No,
So
No.
obviously we are talking about Windows machine.
Windows.
machine.
So here it is. This is my private IP. I will take this. This is my jump server. Let me just minimize the window. I've just detached the browser, nothing else. So it will be easier for you guys to understand. Okay, ये लेफ्ट वाला ब्राउजर विंडो में मैंने जंप सर्वर ओपन कर रखा है. यहाँ पर आई एम जस्ट यूजिंग माय पोर्टल. सो हियर इट इज. ये है मेरा IP address. This is the machine, Windows machine, which doesn't have any public IP, and I want to access to this machine. So I can click on connect, and I can see the IP. I can click on overview. I will see the IP. I can click on properties. I'll see the IP. Right? There are many ways. So I'll take that IP 10.1.0.5. Click on connect. Here it is, guys. Now I am logged into which machine?
Bastion.
No. Bastion से तो मैंने remote लिया है, guys.
Windows machine.
Yes.
Windows machine private जो है VM001.
Right. Is there any confusion, guys? This is my browser. मैंने Bastion पे क्लिक किया तो ये ब्राउजर ओपन हो गया. Now I am on my jump server. If I check this, this is my jump server. Okay. This is my jump server. जो मैंने इमेज वहां से उठाई थी. This is my jump server. जंप सर्वर पे मैंने आके यहाँ पे RDP लिए. RDP I have taken it to this machine. जो मेरा private IP पे एक मशीन मैंने बना रखी थी. That is my private machine. If I check the name here of this machine, here it is, my private VM001. Can you see it, guys?
Yes.
Yes, Salman bhai.
Suhail bhai, I have a question. Like ये सब हम load balancer से तो कर रहे थे सर. तो ये Bastion की जरूरत क्यों पड़ी है?
लोड बैलेंसर का यार अपना एक अलग कॉस्ट होगा. लोड बैलेंस, अच्छा यू टेल मी वन थिंग. लोड बैलेंसर में कॉस्ट वगैरह तो सेकेंडरी है. लेट मी गिव यू द कॉन्क्रीट रीजन, बट दिस let me, I mean, I can answer it right away. Let me show it to you so you guys will remember it then. Okay. Anyone else who can answer why are we doing it using load? Why are we not doing it using load balancer?
Because we have to keep our connection secure by using public network.
वो लोड बैलेंसर में भी हो रहा है ना वे. सिक्योरिटी तो वहां पर भी मिल रही है. Yes. What else, guys? Anyone? याद करो लोड बैलेंसर में क्या क्या किया हम लोगों ने.
Suhail bhai, is there anything like high availability वाला कुछ?
नहीं, forget it. Let's say मुझको हाई अवेलेबिलिटी चाहिए नहीं चाहिए वो एक सेकेंडरी है. आई एम सेइंग कि मैं Bastion की जगह लोड बैलेंसर क्यों नहीं यूज कर रहा हूँ. Right? That is the question, right?
Yes.
So I'm asking you guys कि याद करो आप लोगों ने क्या क्या कॉन्फ़िगर किया था while configuring your load balancer.
So load balancer works on public IP and Bastion works on private IP.
नहीं, लोड बैलेंसर के बिहाइंड में जो मशीन है वो भी तो प्राइवेट पे ही काम कर रहे हैं ना. लोड बैलेंसर पे एक पब्लिक आईपी था, वो तो आपके Bastion पे भी इट इज जस्ट नॉट विजिबल फॉर यू. वी सेव ऑन बैकएंड पूल रिसोर्सेज. नहीं, बैकएंड पूल में कोई अलग रिसोर्स थोड़ी ना होते इब्राहिम भाई. यही मशीन्स को तो हम बैकएंड पूल में उठा के लगा सकते हैं. ठीक है, बट टेल मी वन थिंग गाइस, यहाँ पर जो है रूल्स, if I selected rules here, what was the rule? What will happen? Let's say that backend में मेरे 4 मशीन है, ठीक है, 4 मशीन है मेरे पास, और यहाँ पर मैंने फ्रंट एंड आईपी से ये कर लिया है. If I take RDP from using this front end IP, वो RDP किस मशीन पे जाएगा?
Random.
Yes. Do I have a control there?
No. No.
You can set out. You can set the rule.
Inbound, outbound.
कितने नाइटिंग रूल सेट करोगे? And if you have to set a नाइटिंग रूल, नाइट रूल के लिए क्या चाहिए होगा आपको? हर नाइट रूल के लिए चाहिए एक अलग आईपी, एक अलग पब्लिक आईपी.
पोर्ट
पोर्ट तो चलो आप ये है ही सब में अवेलेबल, ठीक है. हर नाइटिंग के लिए आपको एक अलग पब्लिक आईपी चाहिए. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. I could have answered it very easily, but I'm explaining it to you ताकि आप लोगों का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो जाए. This is my backend pool है. Imagine यहाँ पे 40 वर्चुअल मशीन्स है, एक ही पूल है, ठीक है. We're not even getting into 2 pools extra, ये सब में नहीं है. All are with private IP. ठीक है. Here I can either have Bastion एक jump server के through, or I can have load balancer. So if it is a load balancer, this is a load balancer. And this is your Bastion. Ignore the spelling mistake guys if there is any. Okay, load balancer में क्या होगा? How will you यहाँ की कनेक्टिविटी पहले डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. इट्स सिंपल. Bastion से आप यहाँ पर आ गए, यहाँ से आपने RDP और SSH का पोर्ट ये ओपन कर लिया टूल, and whichever IP you wanted, you typed that IP 10.1.1.1. In our case it was 5, and you do the RDP. ठीक है. Anything extra you had to do? We just saw. कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करना पड़ा हम लोगों को यहाँ पर?
नो.
मैं इसको 1 को रिमोट ले सकता हूँ, 2 को ले सकता हूँ, 3 4 5 जितने चाहे मैं रिमोट यहाँ से ले सकता हूँ, यहाँ से. ठीक है. आई कैन डू दिस. यहाँ पर मैं आके SSH पुट्टी इंस्टॉल करके मैं यहाँ पे इसका भी रिमोट ले सकता हूँ, अपने लिनक्स सर्वर का भी. एवरीथिंग टुगेदर आई कैन डू दैट. इस मशीन पे यहाँ पे मेरे पास लिटरली आई कैन हैव 10 विंडोज ओपन. अगर बैकएंड में मेरे पास 10 वर्चुअल मशीन्स है. एंड एम आई डूइंग एनीथिंग एक्स्ट्रा? उसके लिए कोई कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कुछ करना पड़ रहा है मुझको?
No.
Once I am here
No,
on this jump server, it's simple matter of RDP. यहाँ पर आओ, IP डालो, RDP, IP डालो, RDP, IP डालो, RDP, and if it is Linux, SSH putty RDP, SSH connectivity, and you will be connected. This is we are doing in Bastion. Now under load balancer, you have a public IP here. Okay, how this public IP gets connected, guys? ये public IP connect कैसे होता है पीछे? What do we do? Load balancer में और क्या क्या करते हैं हम?
Inbound rules, outbound
Health
rules set
probe.
करते हैं.
पहली बात तो हम हेल्थ प्रोब सेट करते हैं, ठीक है. हेल्थ प्रोब आपको करना है. नेक्स्ट व्हाट?
लोड बैलेंसर रूल.
रूल्स में हम क्या करते हैं यहाँ पर कि एक पब्लिक आईपी को इस पूरे पूल से जोड़ दिया. सो नाउ माय यूजर, इफ सम यूजर इज कनेक्टिंग टू दिस वन, और उसको कनेक्ट करना है इस पर्टिकुलर मशीन पे, इज देयर एनी वे? यहाँ से वो उसकी रिक्वेस्ट रैंडम जाती रहेगी. रैंडम, कोई यहाँ जा रहा है, कोई यहाँ जा रहा है. मे बी ही वाज वर्किंग ऑन दिस और ब्रेक्स आने के बाद वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया. आधा काम इस पे कर रखा था, बट नाउ ही इज कनेक्टेड टू दिस वन, राइट. व्हाट अदर ऑप्शन डू वी हैव फॉर दिस? वी हैव नेट रूल. बट नेट रूल के लिए मैंने क्या बताया था आपको? हर नेट रूल के लिए क्या लगेगा? नेट रूल इज ओनली फॉर मेंटेनेंस पर्पस.
New IP.
यस. तो नाउ लेट्स से यू हैव 40 वर्चुअल मशीन्स हियर, और आपको 40 नेट रूल्स बनाने हैं. सो व्हाट डू यू रिक्वायर हियर?
40 IP.
40 पब्लिक आईपी.
IPs.
कोई सेंस बना देने इस चीज का?
नो.
अंडरस्टूड गाइस?
Yes.
व्हाई आर यू नॉट? लोड बैलेंसर का एक अपना अलग रूल है, ठीक है. इट कैन बी यूज्ड हियर, बट उसके लिमिटेशंस भी होंगे कुछ, राइट. सो इट इज नॉट feasible, it is not possible. Clear है to everyone that why are we not using load balancer here and why are we using
Yes.
Bastion?
Yes.
Okay, so this is all guys. Bastion इतना ही हम करने वाले हैं. Now I want to do the SSH. It's similar thing, बस आपको put install करना है, email address, IP address डालना है, connect करना है, private IP, right? People who have been coming from Linux, they know how it looks. Otherwise, this is how it looks. यहाँ पर बस आपको ये करना है, you click on connect, इस तरह से एक विंडो ओपन हो जाता है, user ID and password, that's all. Linux में उतना ही दिखता है, ठीक है, so I'm gonna delete this now and we have 4 minutes left. Let me see what can we start. Yes guys, anyone has any question?
So only this much things are only needed to know regarding Bastion.
हाँ बस इससे ज्यादा कुछ भी नहीं और इंटरव्यू में तो ट्रस्ट मी यू जस्ट रिक्वायर द डेफिनेशन एंड डिफरेंस बिटवीन बेसिक एंड स्टैंडर्ड, दैट्स ऑल. हाँ बाकी जो चीजें हम वाइल परफॉर्मिंग द प्रैक्टिकल जितने हम डिस्कस करता है वो आपके माइंड में होना चाहिए. That if my Bastion server is in East US and my private servers are in West US, can I use it?
सोहेल भाई रियल टाइम में बैशन क्रिएट करने के लिए भी क्या एंड यूजर ही बोलता है या हमें क्रिएट करना पड़ता है?
There's not a single resource which you guys will do it from your own. Why would you do it? ये आपका सब्सक्रिप्शन नहीं है, right? Why would you do it? It's not your subscription. जो भी सब्सक्रिप्शन ओनर है, he will tell you because he's the one who will be paying bill. So not a single resource. एक VNet भी और एक subnet भी जो अगर कोई चीज चार्जेबल नहीं है वो भी आप नहीं बनाओगे. Unless you have a request, a ticket or an email or something, you are not going to do anything. And if you think कि यार यूजर ने चार प्राइवेट आईपी के साथ मशीन मांगे हैं, now he wants to access them and he says public IP नहीं चाहिए, so there is no way that he can access. You can put it in your ticket, raise it in a call, that how do you plan to access them? Do you want us to add a jump server? Do you want us to add a bastion? You can portray this question. You can send an email. आप अपने आप से डिसाइड नहीं कर लोगे कि यार ठीक है 4 वर्चुअल मशीन से प्राइवेट आईपी के साथ एक्सेसिबल तो है नहीं. मे बी यूजर वांटेड समथिंग एल्स, मे बी सिर्फ उसको कुछ चेक करना था. सो अनलेस इट इज सेड एंड रिक्वेस्टेड, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू क्रिएट एनीथिंग. It's a thumb rule for everything.
The most we can do is suggest, right? We have
नहीं,
the
why would you
authority to
suggest? उसके लिए आपका आर्किटेक्चर टीम है. You
Okay.
will ask, you will probe, you will simply probe कि यार इतना हमको बनाया गया, is there anything, is this something missing? और मैक्स और वो भी नहीं करता तो भी चलता है. 4 वर्चुअल मशीन आपको बनाने बोल दिया, आप बना दो, ईमेल कर दो, टिकट क्लोज कर दो, सिंपल है. योर यूजर विल कम बैक टू यू कि यार ये 4 मशीन में एक्सेस तो नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, एक बैशन भी चाहिए था. क्रिएट अनदर बैशन, अनदर टिकट, अनदर. आप लोगों के काम का आपको ये अकाउंटेबिलिटी भी तो मिलती रहेगी ना, आपकी सॉरी प्रोडक्टिविटी भी तो काउंट होना चाहिए ना कहीं पर. एक ही टिकट में आप सब बना दोगे तो कैसे चलेगा, राइट? सो इफ इट इज ओनली रिटन दैट मच, that is completely a process. वो प्रोसेस पे डिपेंड करता है किस तरह का प्रोसेस, आपका क्लाइंट कितना फ्रेंडली है, पेमेंट कैसे हो रहा है आपका, हर टिकट पे पेमेंट हो रहा है, देन योर मैनेजर विल टेल यू कि नहीं यार एक्स्ट्रा कुछ भी मत करना, एक सबनेट भी एक्स्ट्रा मत बनाना. टिकट में अगर 2 बनाना आया है, यू थिंक के चौथा बनाना ही पड़ेगा, तीसरा बनाना पड़ेगा, स्टिल डोंट डू इट. 2 बनाओ, टिकट क्लोज करो, हमारा बिलिंग हो गया एक टिकट का. लेट देम कम बैक विद अनदर टिकट, तो हमारे लिए एक और बिलिंग हो जाएगा, राइट? दैट योर मैनेजर विल टेल यू, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. बट द थंब रूल इज you will never ever create anything by guessing something, by in goodwill, या फिर कि आपकी टेक्निकल अपना अप्लाई करते हो, you will never ever do that. ठीक है? if there is something which cannot be created, कि इसके बिना ये बन ही नहीं सकता है, then maybe you will put it in your ticket that to create XY resource, ABC resource is needed. Should we create that one also? वो कॉल वगैरह पे अपने आप आ जाएंगे. क्लियर है गाइस?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ओके एंड इतना ही जानना है बैशन का मतलब. आई टोल्ड यू वेरी स्पेसिफिकली कि जो भी हमने वाइल क्रिएटिंग पे डिस्कस किया वो भी जानना है कि मैं बैकएंड मशीन कहाँ पर होने चाहिए, सेम वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में होने चाहिए, नहीं होने चाहिए, डिफरेंट वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में है तो क्या. ये सारे क्वेश्चंस उस पर कवर हो गए. आई एम नॉट गिविंग दोस क्वेश्चंस सेपरेटली, बट आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू राइट डिफरेंसेस एंड एवरीथिंग, क्या क्या आपको पढ़ना है. ठीक है? we'll start the session without any break guys, if unless you guys want a break.
एक 5 मिनट का ब्रेक ले
Fine,
लें.
15:35. I'll see you guys at 15:35 then. Same link.